Did you know that with the right care, tropical plants can thrive even in non-tropical climates? Yes, you heard that right. It's a common misconception that these exotic beauties are reserved for the tropics alone. But the truth is, they can flourish beyond their conventional habitat, adding a splash of vibrancy to your garden, no matter where you reside. Intriguing, isn't it? We're just getting started. Stay tuned to find out how you can turn your garden into a tropical paradise, regardless of where you live. First things first, selecting the right tropical plants is the key to your gardening success. This statement couldn't be truer when it comes to cultivating a thriving tropical garden outside of the tropics. But how do we go about this? Well, it all boils down to understanding your climate and the diverse world of tropical flora. Not all tropical plants are created equal, and while some bask in the sweltering heat, others prefer a more temperate climate. Therefore, it's crucial to choose plants that can withstand your local weather conditions. A plant's resilience to colder temperatures, its light requirements, and its water needs are all factors that should be taken into account. Now let's dive into some tropical plants that are known for their adaptability. First up, we have the hibiscus. This beautiful plant, known for its vibrant flowers, is a tropical superstar. It can withstand a variety of climates, making it a versatile choice for your garden. Next, we have the hardy bird of paradise. This plant, with its exotic and dramatic flowers, can handle cooler temperatures surprisingly well for a tropical plant. Then there's the spider plant, a popular houseplant that can also thrive outdoors in mild climates. Its long, arching leaves and resilience to various conditions make it a great choice for beginners. And let's not forget about the elephant ear. This plant, with its large, dramatic leaves, can truly bring a tropical vibe to any garden. It's relatively hardy and can survive in a range of climates. Now these are just a few examples. The world of tropical plants is vast, and there are many more options out there. So, don't be afraid to do some research and explore the variety of tropical plants that could thrive in your garden. In the end, it's all about trial and error. Some plants may thrive while others may struggle, but don't let this discourage you. Gardening is a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to creating your tropical paradise. Remember, the right plant selection can make or break your tropical garden. So take your time, do your research, and most importantly, have fun with it. Now that you've selected the right plants, it's time to get them acclimated to their new environment. You see, tropical plants are accustomed to specific weather conditions, and when brought into a new environment, they need time to adjust and adapt. This process is known as acclimatization. It's not an overnight job, but with patience and care, your tropical gems can flourish even in the most unlikely climates. So where do we start? Firstly, let's understand that acclimatization is essentially a process of gradual change. When you bring a plant from a tropical nursery to a non-tropical environment, the shift can be quite drastic. It's like moving from a cozy, heated room into a snowstorm. Quite a shock, right? That's why we need to ease them into it. Start by placing your tropical plants in a sheltered, warm location. This could be indoors, in a greenhouse, or a spot in your garden that gets indirect sunlight. The idea is to mimic the conditions of their original habitat as closely as possible. Next, start introducing them to the new climate gradually. This could mean slowly increasing exposure to sunlight, or gradually reducing the temperature of the room they're in. Remember, this is a slow process. Rushing it could lead to plant stress, and we definitely don't want that. Monitoring is crucial during this period. Keep an eye on the leaves. Are they wilting or turning yellow? If so, it might mean the plant is not ready for the new conditions yet. In such cases, take a step back and slow down the acclimatization process. Equally important is to maintain a high level of humidity. Tropical plants love moisture, so make sure you're watering them adequately and misting their leaves regularly. You could also use a humidifier to help maintain the right moisture levels. Finally, remember that every plant is unique, and so is their acclimatization process. Some might take a few weeks, while others might need months. That's why it's important to research your specific plant species and understand their needs. Patience is key when acclimatizing your plants. Don't rush the process and your plants will thank you for it. Your plants are acclimated, now what? It's time to talk about plant care. The success of your tropical plants outside the tropics isn't just about the initial selection or acclimatization. It's about the continuous care you provide to keep them flourishing. Let's start with watering. We all know that tropical plants love moisture, right? But here's a common misconception. More is always better. That's not entirely true. Overwatering can lead to root rot, a deadly condition for your tropical beauties. The key is to maintain the right balance. Water your plants when the top inch of the soil feels dry to the touch. And remember, It's better to err on the side of underwatering than overwatering. Now let's talk about sunlight exposure. Tropical plants are used to receiving a lot of indirect sunlight under the canopy of bigger trees in their native habitats. So while they need plenty of light, direct sunlight can be harsh and cause leaf burn. Find a spot in your garden that gets bright but indirect sunlight. If you're growing your plants indoors, place them near a window with filtered light. Next up, the nutrient needs of your tropical plants. Think of nutrients as the fuel that powers your plant's growth. They need a balanced diet of macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, along with micronutrients like calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. You can provide these nutrients by using a good quality, balanced fertilizer. However, avoid over-fertilizing. Like overwatering, it can harm your plants. Temperature is another factor to consider. Tropical plants prefer a stable, warm environment. Sudden temperature drops can stress them. If you live in a region with chilly winters, consider moving your tropical plants indoors, or invest in a greenhouse to protect them. Humidity is the final piece of the puzzle. Tropical plants thrive in high humidity. You can maintain the right humidity level by misting your plants regularly, placing a tray of water near them, or using a humidifier. And lastly, don't forget to check your plants for pests regularly. Pests like aphids, spider mites, and mealybugs can be detrimental to your plants. If you notice any, treat them immediately with an appropriate pesticide or natural remedy. Proper plant care is like a nurturing relationship. It requires patience, consistency, and a bit of trial and error. But once you've found the right balance, you'll see your tropical plants thriving, rewarding you with lush, vibrant growth that turns your garden into a little piece of paradise. Remember, each plant is unique and may have specific care needs. So, do your research and learn about your plant's particular preferences. Just as Rome wasn't built in a day, a thriving tropical garden outside the tropics isn't created overnight. But with the right care and attention, you can help your tropical plants adapt and flourish in their new environment. Proper plant care goes a long way in ensuring your tropical plants thrive in their new environment. Just like us, plants need protection from harsh weather conditions. Let's talk about how to protect your tropical plants from unsuitable weather. First and foremost, it's essential to understand why plants need protection from unsuitable weather conditions. You see, tropical plants are accustomed to warm, humid climates, and sudden changes in weather can stress them out. This can lead to a decline in their health, and in some cases, even death. Here are some ways you can protect your tropical plants. 1. Use protective coverings. These can be in the form of frost cloths, plastic sheets, or even an old blanket. They work by trapping heat from the ground and keeping the plant warm. Just remember to remove the coverings once the weather warms up. 2. Move your plants. If your tropical plants are in containers, consider moving them indoors or to a warmer spot during cold snaps. This can help them avoid the brunt of the cold weather. 3. Mulch. Mulching helps insulate the soil, keeping the roots warm. It also helps retain moisture, which is crucial for tropical plants. And 4. Provide wind protection. Strong winds can cause dehydration and damage to tropical plants. Installing a windbreak, such as a fence or a row of shrubs, can help mitigate this. Remember, a little protection can go a long way in ensuring the survival and growth of your tropical plants. You are now equipped with the knowledge to successfully grow tropical plants in non-tropical climates. But don't just listen, put it into practice. Remember, the joy of gardening isn't just about the end result. It's about the journey, the learning, and the growth, not just for your plants, but for you as well. Every gardener knows that each plant tells a story, and we would love to hear yours. So, as you embark on this tropical gardening adventure, share your experiences, your triumphs, and even your challenges. Your story could inspire others to explore this rewarding endeavor. And remember, our channel is a treasure trove of gardening wisdom. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a green-thumbed novice, there's always something new to learn. So keep exploring our content, keep asking questions, and keep growing. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and start growing your tropical garden today.